Have you ever wondered whether or not those high-dollar backpacking stoves are worth it? Today, we're going to find out. Welcome back to the channel. As I stated, we're going to do a little test today. I've got two of arguably the most popular backpacking stove setups, the Jetboil Flash and the Toaks 750 milliliter pot with the BRS3000 stove off of Amazon. And I wanted to find out. I've used both of these on a bunch of trips, and I've never looked at the data the way that I'm going to try to compile it today. So we're going to boil 16 ounces of water. The price point of this is much different than the price point of this. And I'm interested to see what our time to boil 16 ounces of water is compared to the cost that it takes for us to boil those same ounces of water. So first, we're going to test the Toaks 750 milliliter pot, 16 ounces of room temperature water. About 600 foot above sea level. Now we're going to be using 100 gram fuel canisters for each of these tests. Let me get my handy timer started. I'm going to start the timer as soon as the pot goes on the stove. So wide open. And start. Now this should be very interesting because the price point of this setup right here, not counting the fuel canister, is only about 40 bucks. You can buy the Toaks pot off of Amazon for, I think, around $25, $26, and the stove is still 15, 16 bucks. So we're talking all in 40 bucks. Very reasonable, very reasonable. So we're now about a minute 15 in. Coming up on 2 minutes now. Not quite. Three minutes, 26 seconds. So there you have it. 3 minutes, 26 seconds for the Toaks 750 milliliter pot and the BRS3000 stove. Let me dump this out. We'll jump to the Jetboil. All right, now we have the Jetboil Flash. It's got Jetboil's induction ring. These also have a piezo igniter. Sooner or later, you're going to need to carry a regular lighter because these just aren't going to work. So let's get 16 ounces of water pulled in here, ready to go. And again, we will start the timer as soon as the pot goes on. And start. Getting close, a minute and a half in. We're going to call it right at 2 minutes. So again, that was right at 2 minutes for the Jetboil and about 3.5 minutes for the Toaks and BRS setup. Now let's do some math and figure out exactly what you're paying for that 3.5 minutes and for that 2 minutes. So 3.5 minutes, that's 210 seconds. So let's do $40 divided by 210 seconds. You're paying 19 cents a second. Now, let's do the same math on the Jetboil. So this setup right now, you can buy it brand new off of Amazon, $130. So let's do 130 divided by 120. You're paying almost $1 per second. 19 cents a second, $1 a second. And let's forget that this has a piezo igniter, because eventually it's going to quit working and you're going to have to carry a lighter anyways. It's not really an argument. For sake of argument, let's talk about the way these pack down. Both of these will hold a 100-gram fuel canister. Both of these pack up insanely small. Put a towel down in there. There's your setup. Jetboil does the same thing. Now you do get a canister stand with the Jetboil. There it is by the numbers. I know a lot of people carry the Toaks and the BRS. You know, now really this comparison is only as good when you have it configured this way. If you want to carry a Toaks with something like the MSR Pocket Rocket or Pocket Rocket Deluxe, you're back into the, you know, $100, $130 price range that you are in this. Now, so when it comes down to these two, I guess you just need to decide where your money is better spent. For me, if I'm car camping, I'll take my Jetboil, make coffee with, that kind of deal. But if I'm backpacking, space is a necessity, and you know, reduced weight is absolutely a requirement. I'm going Toaks and cheap BRS stove all day long. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.